students, welcome to my new YouTube channel. It is specially designed for students, freshers and technicians who are working on various modalities of CT scan and MRI. Today I have prepared a PPT presentation on a normal brain MRI. How to do a normal MRI brain. First of all, how to do a normal brain MRI. So, first of all, we should know the history of MRI. There are major events in the history of MRI. In 1882, Nikola Tesla discovered rotating magnetic field. In 1946, Felix Bloch and Edward Purcell independently described nuclear magnetic resonance in MRI, and he got Nobel Prize in 1952. In 1973, Paul Lauterbach, gradient for spatial localization of images. And in early 1970s, Damadian showed that malignant tissues and normal tissues have different NMR spectrum. In 1976, Damadian produced his first body image using gradient magnetic field to localize NMR signal. Image almost took 4 hours to produce. He constructed the first whole body scan. In the 1990s, he discovered that differentiation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood can be done using MRI. On 3rd July 1977, first human MRI scan was performed by Raymond Damadian, Minkoff and Goldsmith. And that's why we can say the father of the invention of MRI is Raymond Damadian. Now we should know the strength of the magnetic field which is used in MRI scanner. So magnetic field strength. Earlier 0.2 to 0.3 Tesla magnetic field strength machines were used. After further advancement, 0.5 Tesla and 1 Tesla machines were used. Nowadays, as you know, 1.5 Tesla to 3 Tesla are in use. FDA cleared 7 Tesla machine on October 2007, but it is just for research purpose till now. Now, we are talking about the MRI brain. So, we should know the indications, or we can say the symptoms. Indications for which the patient had come to for the scanning of the MRI brain. So, what are the indications? Major indications: headache, seizures, meningitis, hydrocephalus, tumor, mass, AVM, parasites, etc. Now, contraindication: claustrophobia, metallic foreign body injury, pregnancy in first trimester, metallic implants, cochlear implants, pacemaker, dental implants, tattoo, osteoclasis and kyphosis, and trauma in some cases. Now we should know about the coils which were used in MRI for scanning brain. Mainly there are two types of coils. First is NV coil and second is sense head coil, SHC. NV coils are neurovascular coil. It is used for head and neck both imaging. We can do also neck angiography and head angiography. Second one is sense head coil, SHC coil, which is only for brain scan only. It covers only brain area from the base of the skull to the vertex of the skull. In brain, 8 channel to 16 channels coils can be used. Here is the picture of sense head coil. See, here is the picture of sense head coil, which cover the area of brain only. Here is the picture of NV coil. See, in now we should know about the equipment required for the MRI scanning. Metal detector for screening metals on patient body before scanning. MRI scanner for scanning of the part which we want. RF coils, which is also known as volume coils. Contrast agents known as mainly gadolinium for enhanced imaging, and MR compatible patient injections for the infusion of the contrast. Now come to patient preparation. Consent form to be filled by the patient. It gives an overview of procedure. Screening to rule out any leftover metal on patient's body. Patient consultation to give them a brief verbal overview of the procedure. Now, patient positioning. Patient lies head first, supine, on patient couch with their head inside the head coil. The vertical laser is centered at the midline of the body, while the horizontal laser at the occipitomental line, which is called OM line. Patient is instructed to do not move during the whole procedure. Now we should know the procedure, how we will perform the exam. In console ID and that's all. A survey is taken in all the three planes to ensure proper patient positioning and planning. And on that survey, we take our axial, coronal and sagittal images. Axial images are planned on sagittal plane. Coronal images are planned on sagittal plane. Sagittal images are planned on axial plane. This axial, coronal and sagittal images are planned on various surveys. Now, how to plan axial images? Axial planning. Plan the axial slices on the sagittal plane. Angle the slices or blocks parallel to the genu and splenium of corpus callosum. Slices must be sufficient to cover the whole brain from the vertex to the line of foramen magnum. Check the positioning blocks in other two planes An appropriate angle must be given in the coronal plane. Here is the picture of axial planing on the survey images. Now, coronal planing. Plan the coronal slices on sagittal plane. Angle the slices or blocks parallel to the brain stem. Slices must be sufficient to cover the whole brain from frontal sinus to the line of This is the picture of planing of coronal images. Sagittal planing. Plan the sagittal slices on the axial plane. Angle the slices or blocks parallel to the midline of the brain. Slices must be sufficient to cover the whole brain from temporal lobe to temporal lobe, means both the temporal lobe, left and right. Check these slices in other two planes also. Here is the picture of sagittal planing. And here is the picture of survey images in three sections: axial, coronal and sagittal. And here is the example picture of coronal images planned on sagittal image. Now we should know the sequences which are used for brain scanning. The major and mainly used sequence are T1 weighted, T2 weighted, FLAIR and diffusion. Now, what is the role of T1 weighted images? In T1 weighted images, there is short TE, short TR, and on T1 weighted images, fluid appears dark. Gray matter appears gray and white matters white. Most pathologies appear dark on T1. Okay. Now, T2 weighted image. Appears bright, gray matter relatively bright, and white matter dark. It is mainly for hemorrhage, infarction, tumor visualization. Now, FLAIR. FLAIR means fluid attenuated inversion recovery. It has long T, long TR, and it is similar to T2 weighted except free water suppression. In this, most pathologies are bright. It is good for vessels near the ventricles or sulci. Better visualization for chronic infarction, edema and preventricular lesions. Now, DWI. DWI means diffusion weighted imaging. It is based on measuring random Brownian motion of water molecules in a voxel of tissue. Free water appears dark on DWI. It is very useful in tumor characterization and acute stroke. Now, if we are doing brain, sometimes we have to conduct a contrast MRI study also. So we should know what are the benefits of the contrast and what is meant by contrast study. So contrast MRI brain, contrast injection risk and benefits must be explained to the patient before the scan. Filtration rate should be more than 30. Mainly T2 weighted imaging sequence performed after the contrast. Only T2 weighted images are taken in all three sections: sagittal, coronal and axial. Gadolinium enhanced MRI scan shows active lesions, and gadolinium is a non-toxic paramagnetic contrast agent. Now here we see the contrast agent. It is mainly a gadolinium rare earth metal. It varies upon institute to institute or what a radiologist wants, which type of contrast. So it may have either many names, like in our institute we are using this time microcad. And you should also know that contrast given to the patient depends on the body weight of the patient. Mainly, normally in child we give 1 to 5 ml in child and 5 to 10 ml in adults. Here is the picture of post contrast image of brain. Enhancement is seeing very clear. References from, we have taken some hints: textbook of radiology, K. Thalayan, textbook of radiology, Dr. S.K. Bhargava, Radiopedia slide से. And subscribe my channel for upcoming my new and latest videos. Please subscribe it. Thanks once again, and thanks to my students which helped me to prepare to these slides. Anushka and Anshul, BRIT 2017 interns. Thank you.